This is Jay with Sugar Hill Sway. Dig this Eastern Time intro, man. In case y'all haven't figured it out, we're back up here in South Carolina and North Carolina. Let me just say, the Carolinas. Hopefully this will be the last trip for a while, I hope. Hope we can get everything done this week. Everybody seems like they've to a point where we can pick back up and finish up, so we'll see how that goes. But let's talk about the time zone, man. I can go out to California and there's 2 hours difference out there, but it's 2 hours later. I come over here to the Eastern Time Zone when I'm in Georgia or when I'm in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, whatever. That 1 hour earlier time zone beats the life out of me. It take me, I'll get used to it about the time it's time for me to go back home. It just, I don't know, it just kind of beats up on me some. It's just hard to get used to. Like I said, when time changes, it essentially changes, you know, where I live at as well. But and it takes a while to get used to it. But once you get used to it, you get used to it. And then you have to come over here to Georgia, and it's even an hour even earlier than that. It's just, man, it's just beats you up. That Eastern Time Zone. Woo! I don't know. I wish everybody had the same time zone. If it's 2 o'clock here, it's 2 o'clock in Britain. Anything. Man, just because you're having to get up an hour earlier than you used to. And I don't have any problem with that, but it's just hard to get used to. Alright, this right here at the South Carolina, North Carolina border. I've shown y'all this here before. This is the south of the border. I don't know what you'd even call it. Amusement area, maybe? I don't know. Google it. It's kind of old, but there's people there all the time. Not many, but they're there. That big sucker there. I don't know. Alright, y'all, we are in North Carolina. Dang it, all the bunch of solar panels over there. And ain't none of them pointing the right direction. They're not pointing in the same direction, and they ain't pointing in the right direction. Some of them pointing straight up and down, some of them pointing way off that way to the north. Man, I hope they're just doing maintenance on them or something. Usually them things will track the sun. They'll stay on the same track as the sun moves. But that thing right here, it had some of them pointing like this, some pointing like that, They just getting what they can. Oh man. Well, we in North Carolina now. I think we got a couple of gens up here, a couple of 3 gens, I think, so we gotta go to. So we'll see a couple of gens here, then we gotta hop over the state line over into Virginia. We got a gen or 2 over there too we gotta go see. So I'm trying to get everything situated so that when they start up with minimal downtime, minimal problems, you know. So trying to see everyone that we can. We still got that gen in South Carolina that we're doing that install on them. We got everything installed. They just got to run some air pressure to it. And once they run the air pressure to it, we can test it out, check it out, and see how it does. So, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, We're gonna hit some places here today. That's a church here in Como, North Carolina. That was a pretty church. Wish I'd seen it sooner. I had to rush to get the darn thing out. Rush to get the camera and everything out. That's a pretty church, though. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen one like that before. Welcome to Virginia. We're in Virginia. That Franklin right there, that's where we're going. Franklin, Virginia. Just crossed over and said, welcome to Virginia. A big old heart. And then, of course, radar detectors are illegal. What the sign said. You just about take Virginia and draw the Mason-Dixon line south of Virginia now. Instead of south of Pennsylvania, Virginia's lost. Isn't that corn's ready to pick? I keep thinking I'm gonna see some tobacco. I saw some tobacco leaves on the side of the road, but I hadn't seen any tobacco plants. I don't know nothing about. I don't know anything about tobacco. I don't know when it's harvested or planted or what. It's like a field of weeds to me. But I have seen some of it on the side of the road, so I know that they are planting it or they are cultivating it. I just hadn't seen any of it. See what this little river is. This is the Nottoway River. Pretty nice sized little river. Nottoway. Is that a way? No, it's not a way. I made it funny. Alright, y'all look at this here. These seed houses. Big old suckers. I ain't never seen no seed houses with the architecture like that. That's where they put all the cotton seed. And that one too, that and normal. Just some other ones over there was kind of freaky. Alright, this is our little funky horned deer again. Even if you can't see his horns, it ought to be very obvious that he is a male. He's from Ohio State. There you go. I know most of y'all know this, but for those who don't, you see the ears moving around like that. They hear something and it's like their ears like a satellite dish. You know, they're kind of trying to pick up whatever sound it is they're hearing. They move the ear around so they can receive more noise, I guess. Sound waves. He is really kind of funky. I wish the hunters would take care of him this fall. I've already talked to the guy about the guy that rents the land, and he knows this deer is out there, and he's going to try to cull him. Because you don't want him breeding anymore, otherwise you'll have deer with those scragglier horns and that. At least his is uniform. They're not very pretty, but they are uniform. Not very wide. But yeah, they know about him and they're gonna try to cull him this year. Deer definitely like the corn, that's for sure, because I already knew that ahead of time. Corn is just about anything will eat corn. I mean, I've had birds swoop down and pick up a whole kernel of corn and fly away.
Because he was just eating what was left on the ground. Now he knows there's some in that jug. There's still some left on the ground, so he's going to eat up on that some. Corn and peanuts is, man, just about all the animals out there love corn and peanuts. Even the dogs I got coming up, they even eat corn and peanuts. I didn't know until this summer, until I set these trail cams out this summer, that a dog would eat corn, but he will, I guess. If he's hungry enough, he'll eat it. Here we are at another site. We got a whole wad of coons sitting in there. They say coons are clean eaters, that they clean their food before they eat it. If you'll watch him, he'll get him a handful of corn and kind of roll it around in his hands. I think what he's doing is he's getting the dirt off of it, you know. If there was some that was laying on the dirt, he'd pick it up just like the rest of us would, kind of move it around in his hands and then try to get some of that dirt off of it. You'll see him walking away. There's been plenty of times where I thought one was hurt because he was walking on 3 legs, but what he was doing is he had a handful of corn and he was running off camera there to eat it. He was running on three legs there because one hand was slab full of corn. A little rabbit out there. A little bunny rabbit. Good thing about seeing so many rabbits is you know you ain't got very many coyotes around. Because a coyote can go after a rabbit in a heartbeat. But as long as you got plenty of rabbits and coons for that matter. There's a little bobtail deer. She's had her baby. I don't know where it is. Where you going, girl? Hadn't seen it. Seen her, but I hadn't seen the baby. But you can tell she's already had it. A coon and a deer eating out of the same food plot. The coon will get along with the deer. Deer gets along with coons. Darn possum come up though. It's on like Donkey Kong. The possums and coons, they don't get along too well. I didn't know a darn possum was as mean as they are, but they mean. I think a rabbit's just a darn skittish. All you gotta do is kind of shake a tree limb and it's bouncing off and won't stop for another 20 miles. What you looking at, man? You looking back at the camera? Don't look at the camera. Just look at the food. But there ain't no food over here. He's just making sure. Making sure nobody left any food behind before he goes back to the vault. And look at here, there's a darn spider crawling over the camera. And I remember this day because he had a web set up right there, and I walked over there and I ate every bit of that web up. I think this is the last one of the deer. Let's see, that's a different deer. It's not the same deer. Okay, that's going to do it. All right, that's going to do it for this week's video. I don't know if it's an announcement or whatever you want to, however you want to call it. We are going to change our format a little bit. Change our times and mix stuff up a little bit. I've been doing this for almost a year now. I started in, golly, it was the first or second week in December of last year. And I've done it every week, minus a slip here and there, you know, or a ruined video or something. I think I'm gonna change the format a little bit. Instead of having like a weekly episode and a shop time episode every week, I'm just gonna kind of do them at random and try to make the videos shorter. I'd rather have, I think one of the things that's hurting my viewership is the fact that I have
the shop time video is too long. I mean, I've been trying to cut it back to 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and it's just real hard. So what I may do is just make several smaller videos. There's not a whole lot of variety. I know I'm not that interesting, so I'm probably gonna break them up a little bit more. Have, like, instead of one big episode a week, have several small episodes. It might be a week or two before I post one. I may post 2 or 3 a week. It just does. I'm just gonna let it kind of depend, because it kind of gets to the point to where I'm always looking for stuff instead of it coming naturally. I'm always looking for stuff to video, and I sometimes I lose sight of that, and it's kind of hard to make that up. So I'm still going to do the shop time videos, but it's harder to do shop time videos when you're not in the shop. This cotton ginning season has just started, and it's going to get really, really difficult to really do a whole lot. But I'll still post videos. I want to dedicate some videos just to trail cam videos, because I've got a ton of them things, and I know a lot of them are interesting, and they're interesting to me, and that's kind of what I enjoy doing. So I'm gonna start posting a lot of, like, dedicated trail cam videos. And like I said, just let's say I may have, instead of a weekly episode, it may be, like I said, 2 or 3 times a week, maybe one every 2 or 3 weeks. It just depends. So subscribership hasn't really increased very much, and the viewership has gone down, and I know that's just part of the redundant, content, or the redundant kind of content. I mean, all of them are kind of the same, but I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. I'm just kind of do it as I can, instead of making sure I get a weekly episode and making sure that I get a shop time episode every week. I'm just gonna kind of let it flow naturally. Like I said, I'm gonna dedicate some episodes to just trail cams, because I got so many of them. And but that's the announcement. I'm not giving up. Like I said, I'm gonna adjust the format and adjust the time. Some of these weekly episodes are just too long, like I said, so I'm gonna adjust the time. Instead of having one weekly episode that's 30 minutes long, I may have 3 that's 10 minutes long. We're just gonna see. But anyway, it's still a lot of fun to do. It's just kind of a little bit more demanding than I really need it to be right now. And like I said, things aren't really taking off. After a year, I expected to have a little bit more than 20-something subscribers, and when I post a video, I got 4 or 5 views. It's just not, that part's not working out. So we're gonna shake things up, see if we can't do a little bit better, and maybe gain a little bit more interest here and there. All right. Thank y'all for watching. We'll be back with another episode. I'm not sure when it'll be, but we'll be back with another episode. All right. Thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. That's all I got.